These pictures should not exist. Neither should my best friends, YouTube, or my projects. But one bored day in quarantine changed everything. The time when 2 weeks of no school turned into 2 years, I suddenly got too much time. I got so bored to the point that I ended up downloading TikTok and posting there. Later, I got pretty serious, so I started posting 3 times a day, and surprisingly, some of the videos blew up, and I ended up with more than 30,000 followers. And seeing that number gave me a weird confidence boost that maybe I can do something. So then I started to work on my own business. It was called Ink and Tattoo, and I decided to sell temporary tattoos for people. At the moment, it was a great business because I was going to go to college and temporary tattoos take almost no inventory storage. When the time came and my first day of college started, this one tall 6'2" guy came up to me and asked, "Hey, can I borrow your lunch ticket?" And I eventually gave him one of my lunch tickets, and later we became friends. His name is Neth. And then later, I was playing volleyball with Neth with other people, and I get to talk with this one guy. And after talking with him, we found out that he lives right across Neth. Like when you open Neth's room, you see a door, and that's his room. And obviously we became friends, and his name is Dom. And from there, we became friends with their roommates and their suite mates, and that is how we have our current friend group. Then later, time passed, and I landed my first internship. And I think I got my internship because of my business, because I showed problem-solving skills and customer service. It was an internship at a hotel, and the property was insanely beautiful. And what was interesting about that internship is that most of our friends here are all international. They're from Colombia, Slovakia, Thailand, Mongolia, Kazakhstan, Turkey, Jordan, and I made so many international friends. And actually, one of her friends brought a Polaroid camera. And at the last day of the internship, we took a lot of Polaroid pictures so we can remember each other. And I think that was a moment when I was inspired with Polaroid pictures. So when I got back to my home, the first thing I did was buying my own Polaroid camera. After the summer internship, my second year started, and I moved into an apartment with my friends, Neth and Dom. Even though it was a small room, since I got my own room, I decided to start posting on YouTube. The videos didn't really go viral, but I still kept posting. And the fun thing about this is all my friends live in the apartment, but just in different rooms. So we did dumb, insane, and fun things, and I took so many pictures of those moments. Then one day, Neth was going on a date the next day and he didn't know what to wear. So then him and I were talking for a long time on what he should wear to impress his date, and then I realized people struggle with decision fatigue all the time. Like, what am I gonna eat or what am I gonna wear? And I thought it would be a fun idea if I make an app where people can dump all their dilemmas and solve it quickly. And since I'm a business major, I didn't know how to code. So the first thing I did was I went to an engineering building and asked computer science students there if they can code the app. I think I asked tens of people, and I got rejected by all of them. And that was the moment I decided to learn how to code by myself. It took me a year and a half to make this simple app. But during that process, I got into entrepreneurship, and I made great friends and eventually found my co-founder. So him and I made the app better, and we eventually launched it and got 0 users. I mean, it makes sense because we spent so much time on developing the app, we didn't really market the app. But you remember when I told you I started my YouTube channel? Well, I kept posting about things, and I decided to start posting about DILEMAA, and one of the videos blew up. At the moment, it got more than 150,000 views with thousands of comments, and from that one video, I got 10,000 users from 95 different countries across the world in 1 month. I was obviously so excited that I spent hours and hours every single day coding and marketing the app. I eventually ended up winning money from competitions, and I thought this is a life I wanted for a long time. And just like that, my junior year ended. And I was thinking, wow, time passed so quickly. But then one of my best friends was graduating. That was a moment when it felt weird. That I spent 3 years with this guy, and now he will be gone. And I already start to think about the future where if I graduate, I won't be seeing all my best friends every day like I used to do. And that made me think that people around me was also what made my life special. And looking back at the pictures, I started to really value having unforgettable memories. And now summer started. The thing is, my family went to Korea, so they are 6,780 miles away from me. And all my friends stayed in the college campus, and now I'm alone in my hometown. And this was the first time I truly lived by myself. And honestly, I wasn't doing so well. I don't really know what was wrong, but I was just doing the same thing every day, like waking up, walking the dog, working out, coding, YouTube, and doing this over and over and over with no human interaction, and I came to the point where I didn't really feel happy. And I know it's a good idea to go out there and talk to new people, but I'm pretty introverted, so unless they're my friends that I already know, I don't really talk to new people. And since I felt so empty and I wanted someone to talk to, I decided to create an app where I can talk and the app does the journaling for me. I can also add pictures to remember my memories. I decided to call this app Nostalgia and made the logo as a Polaroid picture because, as you know, Polaroid pictures are very precious to me. And guess what? I made this app in 10 days because of my past experience in coding. I put a lot of effort in designing, self-reflection, and made the app multilingual. Originally, I was going to use this app just for myself, but when I talked about this app to my mom and my girlfriend, they wanted to use the app as well. That made me realize there might be people out there that might want to use this app and benefit from it. So I launched it on public on both App Store and Google Play Store, and as of now when I'm recording this video, I didn't do any marketing for Nostalgia, but I already have quite a lot of users who installed the app. And now we're here. It's kind of insane to think that one different decision would lead me to a totally different life. If I didn't start TikTok, I wouldn't have this weird confidence. If I didn't start my business, I might not have the internship. And if I didn't take that specific internship, I wouldn't think about getting a Polaroid camera. And if I didn't talk to Neth and Dom, I wouldn't have the best friends I have now. If I didn't start YouTube, I wouldn't meet you guys. And if I didn't think much about Neth's dilemma, the idea of dilemma wouldn't have sparked. If I didn't get rejected and not learn how to code, I wouldn't have built dilemma. If I didn't put all my effort into this project, I wouldn't have the opportunity to truly value my friends and families, which wouldn't result to me right now. This photo should not exist, neither should any of these. But one tiny choice kept leading to the next, and somehow they all turned into my life. And today, I will make another choice. I wonder what picture it will leave.